Sight, knowledge, imagination, life, luster, exploration, tenacity, and spirit. Yeah, I know, get it all out. It's a cheesy acronym. But hey, it could be a helpful and interesting way to stay focused on developing your skills as an artist. And in this video, we'll talk about what that means.
All views expressed within this content are based on the creator's opinion and experience, and facts have sources cited. The viewer's own experience is based on their own drive, hard work, and determination.
Hey man, good job.
Thank you.
Where's the usual guy? Welcome to the team. Hey everyone, welcome back to ARTrepreneurs. If we haven't met before, my name is JetFalco, and it is my interest and my passion to just share what I'm learning throughout my creative journey so I can help other artists who are also building their own business. So if this interests you at all, stick around. You might learn something. We're gonna have some fun. Ryder Rips, a conceptual artist and creative director of OK Focus, a digital marketing and design agency, once told this to Vice in an interview.
I don't think the skills required to be a creative individual are skills that you could learn reading media or art theory. Having an understanding of art history will help you make better art, but that's not going to help sell your art. Selling art requires a better understanding of psychology, sociology, and talking to people and understanding their desires. The process of creating value out of something subjective to people is the physical manifestation of the art.
Two things. Ryder Rips? He's either killer at shredding the waves, brah, or he comes from the royal family who trademarked a specific technique of fart. The other thing, Mr. Rips is basically telling us that art skills are subjective. The beholder of the art is the one who decides if it's beautiful, or even then, it's still based on personal opinion. He also believes, as I do, and many of you out there may agree, the skills that you learn in art school are not the same skills that will help you create great art. To create great art, understand your viewer. Learn your audience. And we go deeper into this topic in a previous video if you want to click right up here, but not just yet. Stick around here because we gotta chat about your skillets.
Skittles?
Does saying that word make anyone else hungry?
Breakfast. Skittles. Breakfast Skittles?
I think you're onto something, little dude. To better learn how to build a nice, sturdy bridge to reach our audience, we have to create a unique and attractive niche that is easy for them to access. And for more of my thoughts on that, you can also click right up here to find more lovely discussion videos on our ARTrepreneur playlist. But not just yet. We gotta work on your breakfast Skittles. No, wait.
These aren't as good as we thought they'd be.
Skittles. Skillets. This video is already doing wonders for my dyslexia and
my appetite.
So you've got to start creating art that is great enough to start catching eyes left and right. And then you form your niche, potential audience members will start rolling in. But that is much easier said than done. So let's start with this one question. Do you need to be skilled to create great art? Art-based skills are deeply rooted within a person's patience, basic open-mindedness, interest level, and willingness to improve. So anyone can become an amazing artist and draw as good as the rest of them, or form clay sculptures as good as Michelangelo. It doesn't matter. You just need to start with the spark that brings that interest level to the forefront of everything you do, everything you think about, and you need to start spending a great deal of effort and patience, a big part of your lifetime, to develop those art-based skills. And most people take the obvious route, where art schools, they exist to fully immerse you in an atmosphere that is built to help expedite and focus your mind and And art school, I have nothing against it. I honestly wish I could have attended more of it, but I just believe if you truly need a school to tell you how to draw, then you definitely should go to a school to tell you how to draw. There really is a lot of value to be had within the exchange that art school offers you. But it doesn't end there. Even the most skilled artists can get stuck in the mud if they don't have the proper growth plan or the willingness to improve and develop themselves. So that brings us back to that ever amazing acronym that you all know and love, Skillets. Stop eating those things! If acronyms make you cringe, then
You're in for real treat.
and I promised you in previous videos that would dive deep into what this Skillets acronym truly represents. So yeah, let's do it. Let's start with the first letter, S. Sight. It is the artistic vision that brings the spark that sets the fire to charge your unique ideas. Are your eyes
Open?
How much around you do you truly see? Because sight isn't simply the ability to visualize your ideas come to life. No, more importantly, it is the ability to use your artist vision to its fullest extent. Do you have
2020 artist vision?
How much of what you see all around you can you sift through and properly find what inspires you and your ideas? And most challenging of all, if your sight is wide and open enough, can you see past all of what has already been done to move beyond and create something that no one has ever seen before? That's the ultimate goal, right? That is truly top tier artist sight right there. And to tell you the truth, none of us have it, but we can get pretty damn close. All of us can pull inspiration from what we see, but can we see past that to visualize something truly unique? Let's move to the second letter of our lovely Skillets acronym. K. Knowledge. 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 Y'all know this one, but do you truly know this one? Do you know how
To get more?
Art school and art history definitely gives you a leg up on the competition. In fact, most art professionals all agree that art history is the most valuable investment that you could make at any art school. Learning just how all of the greats throughout all of world history reached their cult-like status, all the challenges and failures that they had to go through to create something great, all the mistakes that they had to endure. This is all valuable information that will help expand your mind to prepare you for your own artist journey. But it doesn't end there. But how are you expanding your brain databases? Are you constantly following your favorite artists on social media, just seeing how their own techniques are applied? Come on, you could follow this one right here. Hit that subscribe button down below and you can see all of the videos that I've offered so far, and maybe I have some tips and tricks on different artist techniques to add to your own artist tool belt.
Just saying.
I put knowledge as the second letter in this Skillets acronym because it is the connecting thread that bridges between our previous component of sight and our next component of letter I, imagination.
I like that guy. What is that show?
This is where artists can truly go crazy, in the good way and the bad way. Have you ever wanted to get past a creative block so bad that you just jump into your car at like 2 in the morning and just drive until you get hungry and you decide to make a quick pit stop at the Jack in the Box for a taco and a breakfast biscuit? So you're sitting in the parking lot with crumbs and a Fanta stain on your shirt and you decide to pop open the sunroof and gaze up at the stars, contemplate all the half-assed decisions you've made to lead you to this very moment in life. That right there could be a sick piece of art. Astonishing. That one's for free. If you want to draw that and leave me a link to it in the comments, I'd love to see it. But how did we just come up with that? Just now! Because it's definitely not written down in any of the cue cards or anything. Imagination. It's truly something magical when someone can come up with something completely random on the fly with the simplest of ideas, all put together and converging into one point where a great vision is born. And the real magical thing about it, we all have it. Just because you don't think you can come up with a good idea doesn't mean your ideas aren't good. Someone out there will like it. Here, try this. Okay. Close your eyes. Yep, we're doing this again. Everyone, close your eyes. Chet,
Okay,
close them.
God, I swear you're not always this demanding.
Picture a field somewhere in that field, there is a tree. And not too far off, there is a building, a structure of some sort. Okay, got it? Open your eyes. What kind of field was it? Grass? Rolling hills? Wheat? Barley? Or was it a post-apocalyptic ravaged decimation? What remains after a huge battle of space monsters ravaged it into a wasteland? Now, what kind of tree was there? Was it oak? Maple? Was it a decorated pine tree in a snowy field?
Is it Christmas? How long was I asleep?
What kind of building? Was it a shed? A barn? A shack? Or an abandoned office building or church? Every single thing that we just came up with is yours. It's your own. It is a product of your imagination. I know I kind of sound like I'm a preschool teacher here, but you know, we all need to be reminded about how powerful our imagination truly is. But for some of us, it could be a little too powerful. It can be very difficult for us to tie down all these floaty ideas and make something real out of them, something tethered. So that's why I try and keep it focused by going sight, knowledge, imagination. Sight brings vision, the spark to create something unique. Imagination brings those ideas to life so that you can actually see them, and knowledge sits right in between to help lasso rope them all in and tether them together as we move to the next letter, L, life. Now, take a deep breath. Tap that pulse. Are you still here? Are you alive right now? I don't know, sometimes you just gotta check. Life is the force that keeps us all moving. It's the hard work, and yup, we're gonna put that word right near the middle of Skillets, so we can't ignore it. We can't miss this one. If you are a living, breathing human, you are capable of work. I know, just saying that sentence kind of makes me anxious. This could be one of the most difficult components to grasp and grow on and focus on when creating something that could be great. And honestly, there's not much else I can say to help break this down anymore. It's as simple as it can get. To create great art, you have to be willing to put in the work. But I can offer a few tips to help keep you going strong. Minimize distractions. I'm not saying you have to throw your phone somewhere in a locked safe in a basement. Sometimes we do need to stay connected to the outside world to create something, but try and check your phone maybe only once or twice an hour, move to once an hour after that, and heck, if it's truly a problem, do throw it in a locked safe in the basement. Do what you gotta do to stay focused on your work.
But what about when you play video games all the time?
Hey, I've started uploading these videos now, so this is business. I'm at work, people. And if that doesn't work, integrate distractions. I mean, hey, yeah, sometimes distractions can be a little too much these days. They're everywhere. So why not find a way to kind of pepper them into your work? Make them a part of your work. Integration is today's innovation.
Whoa, did you just come up with that?
Sometimes I amaze myself.
Oh, smart, real smart.
Always be creating. Anytime you take a break, make sure that break is controlled. Sometimes a strict schedule is just what an artist needs to drive forward and create art. And if you let distractions or rest get the best of you, you may lose that perfect artist rhythm. But to get back into that rhythm, build excitement. Get excited about your work. Whenever you feel unmotivated, just remember, you're the only one making what you're about to make.
Only you
Can make this happen. That's a gift that you can't just throw away. I know that when I get sidetracked when I'm creating DreamersEcho, my comic book, or Mondrea Memories, my podcast, I just remind myself that I'm the only one doing it. Even if you're in a team, you guys are the only ones creating what you're about to make, so we gotta do it. You just gotta do it. If you don't make this, no one else will. And when someone does come up with something very similar to it in the future, you're gonna feel pretty bad that you didn't pull the trigger when you should have. So those are just a few tips, but I hope that those tips can help keep the life force flowing through your veins and keep you creating and working so that you keep going and you make what you're gonna make. You gotta work, you guys. That's it. Keep the life within you strong and work hard. All right, let's move to the second L in the Skillets acronym. Luster. Make it shiny. Luster is all about how something shines, how the sun hits it just right so that when people see it, they're like, ooh, I need a closer look. This is really a simple one. Think about all the greats throughout history and then compare the second greats throughout history. Because right when someone comes up with something great, people like it, but almost always right after someone else comes up with something great that's just a little bit different, and then people like that and they love it and they'll move to it. They'll gravitate to these two great things. And think about it. All throughout history, it's happened left and right. Coke, Pepsi,
MySpace, Facebook, Backstreet, NSYNC, Britney, Christine.
It's everywhere. And regardless which one of you created the thing that you think is better than the other one, you have to realize that when something unique comes out, someone else is going to debut something pretty similar. Even after those two popular things that first happened, the Coke and the Pepsi, RC Cola, Mr. Pibb and Dr. Pepper, and all these other great sodas just populated soda fountains everywhere. And then everything just gets their own bit of luster. Backstreet, NSYNC, 98 Degrees, LFO, those dudes from England that did that one song, but that it looked really weird. They're dancing in a bowling alley. I don't get that. Okay, but anyways, you have to find what makes your art shine, because there's going to be so much of it that you have to compete with. What can you add to make your art just a little bit more unique, a little shinier in your own way compared to everything else? Add your own flavor to what you make. That's where the luster of life exists. If 1,000,001 things are the same, adding a bit of your own spice to your mix can make it stand out. Let's move to our next letter here in the Skillets model. E. Exploration. Never stop exploring. This whole universe, as well as all the countless universes that are created around you, are made to be explored and enjoyed. But the most important universe that you need to constantly explore is your own. What are you doing to help develop yourself as an open-minded creator? Do you have a routine as a basis to keep you confidently moving forward as you explore each and every new day? Do you meditate? Do you reflect on creations and your feelings and your struggles? Do you have healthy discussions with other artists or debates with friends about common interests, about your favorite shows? What inspires you? You can talk about it. These things are made for us to talk about because, everyone's going to have their own opinion about it. We can connect and meet on a similar ground. That is healthy exploration. Or do you have a mentor who willingly and freely imparts their wisdom to you to help you grow? Or are you a mentor? Basically, through constantly exploring the course of your life and your creations, your feelings, and your struggles, you are vastly improving all of these major components to become a great artist. But exploring can be exhausting. Those two E words come hand in hand. You lose a lot of energy. So that's where we move to our next letter. The letter T, tenacity. Never give up. I mean, come on, this one speaks for itself. Tenacity is not only the energy that you need to keep moving forward, but it's also the energy to get back up again after you've fallen, because we all fall. And it's a day-to-day struggle that you're gonna fail, you're gonna make mistakes, but you need the tenacity to pick yourself back up again. How many pieces of art have you left unfinished, Master Bruce? Do you plan on revisiting those in the future? Every unfinished piece is another fray in the thread that holds this stuff together. Are you determined to finish what you start? And it also ties in with many of the other components of making great art, such as the life, the luster, and exploration. You could be the most skilled artist in your field, but if you're not willing to put in the hard work and the hours and time and dedication, it's nothing. You got nothing.
Never half-ass two things, whole-ass one thing.
Good point.
Never half-ass two things, whole-ass everything.
And that doesn't mean you simply restrict yourself to one thing at all times. It just means that when you move to another thing, make sure the previous thing is as finished and tightly wrapped as possible so that you don't feel unfinished and that you can pull your full focus onto the next task at hand. Because when you leave things undone, it'll mess with you. You'll start feeling undone. Oh man, will it mess with you. Oh, and once things become finished, you can always return to revise, revamp, and improve said thing. And last but certainly not least, final letter in the Skillets model, S. Spirit. Where tenacity brings you closer to finishing something, spirit is the essential core of our very human survival. Spirit is the courage, the determination, and the heart that keeps you alive and thriving through every difficult time to sustain your way of life and your beliefs. And yeah, it's not just for the artist's lifestyle, it applies to life itself. How do you survive life every day? You got a good job, you got a family to support your decisions, you got friends who back you in your corner, but in your artist lifestyle, whether it be drawing or music or dance or crafts, whatever you do, you must ask yourself, what about your art contributes to the human spirit? Your courage, your determination, or the courage and determination of others around you, your very survival. And what about your art contributes to the spirit of those who wish to partake in it? Simply put, how does your art add to the human experience? Because all entertainment does, but even the worst have something to be learned from. It's something to inspire you. So how will people learn more about their own spirit and their human story, their survival, by experiencing the art that you have to offer? And this is pretty cool. Spirit is a dual layered component. There's two major parts to it. And that's why we cap it off right at the end of Skillets. Spirit is also the feeling you get from fulfillment, because there is no better feeling than finally getting a real look at your finished project. That will charge your human spirit and give you the courage and overall just add to the human experience more than pretty much anything you'll experience in life. Looking on your creation and feeling that sense of joy and fulfillment that, hey, this is done. I feel good about it, right? I mean, it might not be perfect, but all in all, if it has sight, knowledge, imagination, life, luster, exploration, tenacity, and spirit, it's great. And I hope that you all get to experience that feeling. So yeah, I mean, Skillets. Not such a corny acronym now, is it? And like I said before, I'm typically not the kind of dude who will get all preachy on personal development or the self-helpy type acronyms, but I honestly think this could be a pretty good, valuable tool for artists looking to create something great. If you enjoyed this episode of ARTrepreneurs, all I can ask is that you turn that little thumbs up icon blue. I don't make any money sharing these tips or making these videos, putting all the hours into the hard work that this entails. I just really want to help you guys at no cost at all to you. Just a little bit of your time and a like is more than enough. If you'd like to share a little bit of your own artist journey, please hit me up in the comments below, and I'd love to hear about where you are in your personal development. We'll get into more logistically based tips on creating an art business soon, I promise. But this is one of the biggest things I just wanted to get out there in video form before we moved any further. As always, you can click right over here to subscribe, to support me on Patreon with those amazing people. Join them right here and to make more of these videos available to you. Click right over here to enjoy the ARTrepreneurs playlist, and click right here for a random video that YouTube will suggest to you. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. It's been an honor and a pleasure, and I'll see you in the next episode of ARTrepreneurs.